Welcome back to you guys in our morning show where we really have something special, a little bit of a party if you will, because we are actually joined by members of the Media Association of Trinidad and Tobago today, telling us things a little less formal though as we continue to celebrate the season of sorts. Good morning, gentlemen, and welcome. Now, we were talking during the break and we were having a little party, thanks to Rockers, because we are getting ready to have an event. But I do want to take the opportunity to have you guys formally introduce yourself to Trinidad and Tobago, as MAT has existed and been spoken of generally as a unit, but to put faces and names and positions to the name would be a great opportunity. So we have Mr. James Saunders, aka the party man.
Something special.
Who plays what exact role in the MAT?
I'm an executive member.
Right. And of course, in terms of, actually title you gave me this morning was the party man and you were the cameraman. What was the title that we decided on?
You won't want, his name is not for television. You've got to come to Lime to find that out.
Oh, okay. So we have special guest boy. Very special.
They're having their own interview going on here.
No, well, it's not often that we get the chance to actually meet like this. And I mean, with the pandemic, which is why we're having a virtual event, we had to change the way that things happen. So tell me, why decide to have an event like this altogether?
Well,
MAT is usually known for media and things of a more formal nature.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, that's an impression that, you know, we want to not particularly change, but to have people think differently about. You know, MAT is an organization that represents the interests of media workers and, you know, relaxing and having fun. It is part of the interest of media workers. It's a very demanding profession. It's a profession, yeah, when everybody's having fun, you know, when everybody's having something special, we're working, you know, so we've decided to, you know, put our foot up and, you know, relax and really enjoy our time together as media professionals.
We're doing this virtually, but of course, and as we say media professionals, the public is invited to log on as well to be virtually a part of it, because there will be guests, there will be DJs. So can we get a little hint of the cast, a little bit of whose special guests are going to be there?
Well, hopefully you would be there.
Hey.
You know, you've got the hairstyle already.
Guest.
Yes, you've already got the hairstyle, so you're right in tune with us. Hopefully Raucus could join us as well. I'm now inviting him. He's now finding out as well.
Talent part. You didn't hear the talent part. All right, go ahead.
But we've got folks like we've got Brian London, former Extempo champion. We've got Michelle Sylvester dropping in. We've got Joey Rivers and his band coming through. We've got Charlie Griffith from the group Too Intrigue. We've got so many more artists. We've got Nisa coming to lend us her vocals. We've got so many friends dropping in. And maybe, I don't know, maybe you might see a sportcaster singing. I can't confirm or deny.
Hold on, singing. Now, we've tried that occasionally and it didn't work out too well. So I'm rooting for you. I'm really rooting for you. We need some. So you want to drop something, Raucus, and see what happens? Are you coming? He's going to be next Soca Cypher. That's what's going to happen here. But in terms of the virtual event, we do have the flyer, we do have the information, but how do we get to log on? How do we get to participate? Give us the basics.
Well, we're going to be streaming on all of our platforms. MAT, we've got a Facebook page, so we're going to be there. We're going to be on YouTube as well. And, you know, specifically for you guys are invited to VIP. MAT members of the media,
I like how this
you are
sounds.
invited to VIP, which is our Zoom room.
I was just about to say, too bad it's virtual. We have to bring our own snacks.
Yeah, you bring your own snacks, bring your own drinks, you know, bring your own party. And listen, we even having a surprise giveaway. You know, maybe for the best costume. You're already winning. Ooh. You know, with your hairstyle there.
I feel like I should be a little offended if you say it's a costume, but I'll take it. I'll take it.
She's got the party vibes, you know. The person that brings the vibe and has the whole feel about it, you know.
The mascot.
We've got a mascot. We've got a very special costume happening, you know, and it's all part of a big weekend that we're having with MAT.
So tell me more about the weekend, because we know Friday is the fact. What else is happening this weekend?
Yes, well, you can tell why he's responsible for the line, right? I mean, he's got no end of energy for that. On the Saturday, and of course we had to divide it up because it's a small executive and a lot of stuff to happen.
Right.
We're having a conversation with Justice Kathy Ann Waterman-Lachu, who's written a book on newsroom law for journalists practicing in the Caribbean.
Back to business.
Both of these actually came out of discussions that we've had virtually with our membership and so on. The membership was concerned about defamation suits and so on. We wanted to be sure the journalists who are practicing understand the law so that they can do their jobs in a way that ensures that the employers or the businesses, if they're self-employed, are not endangered by the potential for lawsuits and so on. Kathy Ann is a former journalist. In fact, in the old days of the earlier incarnations of the Media Association, she was a Journalist of the Year in the annual competition we had. We lost her to justice. But if you have to lose somebody, I mean, that's about as good as it gets.
That's as good as it gets, right?
We are extraordinarily lucky that she has not left the media behind. She still thinks of us when she sits on her high bench. And she's written this extraordinary book, and we've actually had some employers step forward to get copies of the book for their staff, as well as to contribute some to MAT for their membership, which we'll be able to distribute at a vastly diminished cost. So it's going to be an interesting discussion. We're hoping that people can attend James's enormous event and then wake up in the morning for the thing and rub sleep out there and thing and attend, because both of them I think are important for different aspects of the profession.
Absolutely.
Yes.
In terms of getting to know your peers at the very least, and of course staying focused on the goal at hand. Now, talking about membership and the ability to connect, how does one become a part of the Media Association of Trinidad and Tobago for someone looking on and
we have a
aspiring to do
website,
so?
mediatt.org. We've got contact information up there. We've got forms that you fill out. The fee is ridiculously low for what we're trying. We're trying to add value to that beyond just the conversations and so on. We're trying to get hard things going. We're talking to insurers about a group health plan for media professionals, and there are a few other things that we've been working on that we're trying to make sure that journalists are both supported and protected. And I'll say that even though Ira is not here to speak for herself, she's brought a very humanist approach to the leadership of MAT. So it's a nuanced difference. Every executive brings their own brand to it.
Right.
And a lot of us are very much in support of that.
Interesting. When we talk about executives and generally boards, a lot of the times out of sight, out of mind almost. And as I said, a collective unit, we hear of the MAT, but to get persons and personalities involved is a really good touch. It makes it feel much more tangible and much more accessible. So beautifully done. But going back to this party now, what is the dress code, James?
Well, the dress code is something special. I don't know, that's stuck in my head, you know. Thank you, Rokas. But, you know, dress code is hopefully something that is Zoom ready. So, I mean, you can have your pajama bottoms once you know, at the top, you know, what we can see, it looks good. And, you know, one of our partners have even jumped on board to offer a really nice prize, you know, for folks who are dressed well, because we want you, even though you're at home, to enjoy it and really be festive, you know. And, you know, where's the most comfortable space to be? Rather than your home.
Absolutely, sanitized and physically distant. I wanted to ask, because you were saying there are prizes to be won, so I'm trying to get the other invitees a good chance. I mean, I have a head start.
You've got literally, quite literally.
But as far as getting into things goes, we will be there. Rokas might be able to make a guest appearance, but will we have a full-on performance? I'm guessing that might. I need to know. We need to get the people coming in. Will we get a James Saunders performance for sure?
You know, I'm not one to, you know, to give away the whole cookie, you know, but I'm going to sprinkle some crumbs and say, if Rokas gets there, I'm going to be performing. That's a big chunk of a crumb there that I put forward there.
And throw down the gauntlet.
And throw down the gauntlet. And maybe the treasurer decides that he has, you know, sufficient fees.
No, the treasurer, leave the treasurer and the money out of this.
The money is always important.
No. My job is to keep the money.
Before the cookie crumbles any further, I would like to thank you, gentlemen, for not just being here this morning to tell us all about it, but for letting us know and see that MAT is alive and well, fully functional, fully accessible, and of course, for inviting us to your upcoming event tonight. You guys can log on virtually. How do they do so? What's the website?
Well, we've got the website address.
The website is mediatt.org, but practitioners who have joined MAT and so on will be messaged about this. And of course, special guests will be notified as well.
Nice. So we'll tell you all about it next week if you guys don't get to come in. But for now, we look forward to having a fantastic Friday with our friends in the media. Thank you again for joining me this morning.
Thank you so much.
And I guess we will enjoy something special again, just to wrap it up properly, as we take a break and come back with more on the Now Morning Show. No, it's stuck in my head.